What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we are going to be talking about the 30th anniversary again, because it seems like we're not getting any games this year confirmed by a magazine. Some of you may or may not remember this new 30th anniversary rebrand picture that came out, but it didn't have anything on it at all, and it just was, Sonic anniversary, and it had a blue, theme this time around. But now a new version came out in a magazine called License Global, and this is what the cover of the magazine looks like, and it's apparently a part of this magazine. But there's a few new things added. We have celebrating Sonic's 30th anniversary in 2021, over $1 billion in franchise revenue to date, and #1 video game movie of all time, and over 1.2 billion games sold and downloaded. Those are some nice numbers and all that, but here's what really is the more interesting part. We get games, movies, animation, mobile partnerships, and more in 2022. So what this means is essentially the new Sonic games that were teased for this year are delayed. And Sega actually teased this in December when those new posters came out, and in the bottom right corner it said in 2021 new games and stuff like that, and now it doesn't say that anymore, and now it's seemingly delayed through 2022. Now I don't have a problem with this inherently, but I have some really big issues of what's going on and how we're getting this information, and I'm kind of want to vent it out. So I'm going to say this again, I have no problem with waiting till 2022 for the next Sonic game. As long as we don't have to wait till like the end of the year. That would probably be a very anxious wait, not gonna lie. But I do have a problem with how we're learning about everything. So first off, we learned about new games coming in 2021 through this little poster that came out back in December. And they included that for a reason, because they had planned to put stuff out in 2021. But now that we're seeing this, they have essentially delayed it through this new poster saying, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to do it now in 2022. Those games are coming out next year. They didn't say anything about announcements or anything, because they can still get announced this year and then come out next year. But my problem is, why are we finding out about this stuff through random posters and magazines? And this is what I mean by Sega transparency. They are at least being transparent about it, but they're hiding it almost, that's what it feels like, and not making it a big deal, when this is very much a big deal. Sonic is a gaming franchise. We should know about these games in a larger scale. Like if it's coming out in a release window of 2021, that's cool, but why haven't they actually said that themselves publicly, like on a platform? Instead they just release it in a random poster, and then now we're hearing about essentially a delay through a random magazine. I think it's pretty wild, the fact of that so many people have to find out about this through either Sonic Tubers or Tails channel, or somebody getting a blow up tweet on Twitter, is wild to me. Imagine if the next Mario game was handled like this, and you find out it's coming out in 2021 through a poster and then delayed through a magazine, and Nintendo is not even saying anything. I think that would be wild, and people would be a lot more upset about how they're going about this. But I think Nintendo, is a little bit more transparent of a company somehow than Sega. They even told us straight up that Metroid Prime 4 is restarting development from complete scratch, which is wild. And I just wish Sega could just say something. Now, and transparency doesn't equate to give me game news now. That's not what that equates to. Transparency to me is either, that is part of it. You can, one, announce something, whether that's actual game news, or just say we're not having anything to show right now, you can wait in the coming months, or wait till sometime around this year. Like a lot of other companies do that. When people are clamoring for stuff, they say, hey, we don't have anything to show right now, but wait until a little bit later on, or just wait for the months ahead, stuff like that. I think the fact that we're questioning whether we're actually going to see something around the 30th anniversary day is kind of says it all right there. I'm not saying they should or have to, but what I am saying is there's expectations being built that they set up, and if they behind the scenes almost just switch stuff up, people are going to have those expectations still. So I feel like knocking them down is the appropriate thing to do if there's not really going to be anything. Now, that's just an if scenario. But again, I have no issue with waiting for 2022, so nobody take this the wrong way. I'm sure there's going to be some people that are going to take it the wrong way, or read the title and just start slamming on their keyboard, because that's a typical thing. But I'm going to say this, Sega is very far from a perfect company, and I think critiquing them in areas they can improve on is how they can take feedback and improve on. So I really think transparency is something they're having a hard time of, specifically with Sonic, with their other studios that they deal with, and I think they just do a lot better with transparency with those. But for some reason with Sonic, it's just always weird with Sonic. There's always something going on with Sonic Team and Sega, and I just wish they could just be competent a bit more, and hopefully we can get more transparency in the future. But that's gonna be it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.